position to get a regular season record with a total of 56. He had 3 yesterday. And he had that one just now to keep Bradley from adding 2 more points before intermission. Counted for Boyd. And we are at halftime. With our scores, they head to the locker room. Southwest Missouri, 35. And the Bradley Braves, 28. Sports Smash is coming up with Reese Davis. But right now, let's take a timeout from the Kiel Center in St. Louis. The first of 2 semifinal games.
By 1, Stephon Marbury. High handoff to his buddy Drew Barry. Barry had 15, and then it's Stephon again. Oh, slick little behind the back to Matt Harpering and some harm. Tech by 3 at the break. Second half, the Jackets smelling the ACC title. Eddie Lisman with the putbacks, and the freshman Marbury. Eyes it up. String music. Trifecta overture. 18 for Marbury, and Georgia Tech wins the game 87-74. They are the ACC champions, their first outright regular season ACC title. Tech finishes 8-0 at home in ACC play. Harpering leads the way with 24 points after an 11-0 start. Clemson 6-9 in their finish and in deep trouble when it comes to the NCAA. Now, some conferences still crown their champions the old-fashioned way. They earn it through an 18-game regular season rather than a tournament weekend. Big Ten certainly in that boat. Purdue already has the championship in that league. Michigan and Illinois, a couple of teams that are on the bubble in Champaign. Keywan Garrett, spot him. The 3 early on, the Illini getting it going, but Michigan would respond. Some call him the Space Cowboy, some call him the Gangster of Love. We call him Maurice. Maurice Taylor with the score. Chris Gandy just blows by Maceo Bastion, dunks it home. Illinois had a 34-25 lead at the break. That game is now tightened up, 59-55. The Illini over the Wolverines. Michigan comes in with an 18-10 record, 8-7 in the league. Illinois 17-10, but only 6-9 in Big Ten play. The Illini desperately need to win this game. Double-digit losses in the conference will not look good to the selection committee. Oklahoma State and Missouri. Eddie Sutton looking grim. Tie game, 8 seconds to go. He's got a 49% free throw shooter on the line. Jerome Lambert missed it, but Keontae Roberts sticks back the rebound. Cowboys by 2. One more chance for Mizzou. They don't call a timeout. Mizzou looking for a shot. Julian Winfield, the look. Nelson could not buy it. And Oklahoma State wins at the Hearn Center for the first time since 1979 as Eddie and the Cowboys survive 51-49. Hey, OK State's made a great late season push. They're now 17-9. Even Stevens 7-7 in the Big 8. And snap that 18-game loser at the Hearn Center. Missouri, meanwhile, in deep trouble as far as the tournament goes. They fall to 16-13. Also in the Big 8, Kansas State and Nebraska. Tom Asbury trying to get his Wildcats pumped up. K-State up by 1. Mikey Moore, he'll dunk anything. 33-32 Nebraska, tied at 35. Elliott Hatcher buries the J. He had 18 in the first half. K-State by a deuce. Second half, Huskers running. Tyronn Lue stuffs it home. Nebraska up 39-37. That game's still a tight one. 52-50. The Cornhuskers are on top of the Wildcats. K-State 16-9, looking good for the tournament. Nebraska 15-13, probably not. To the Big East now, Rutgers and BC. Jim O'Brien hoping to knock off the Scarlet Knights. First half, BC works it around. Keenan Jordan gets it. Thank you very much. Eagles up early. Rutgers would hang tough. Johnny McCrimmon working on the window. He slams it down. That ties it at 19. BC would come back. Danye Abrams, 3 balls to beat the buzzer. Eagles had a 35-33 lead at the break. Now 64-61. Rutgers has now taken the lead in that game. Rutgers only 9-16. This would not be a good loss, especially at home for BC. Still plenty of conference tournaments in full swing, including the Midwestern Collegiate Conference. Wisconsin Green Bay in the top 25, and they were led by a star and Jeff Nordgaard. We'll get you up to date on that when we come back.
We're here to tell you about AbWorks from Nordic Track, the advanced abdominal exerciser. AbWorks is fun, it's new, and it's hot. Get AbWorks for a smoking new waistline. Tone up your body with AbWorks by Nordic Track.
Look better, sculpt the abs of your dreams. The ultimate ab machine is here. AbWorks by Nordic Track. It's the new way to firm up and flatten your stomach, to look and feel better. AbWorks is designed to strengthen and condition your entire waistline, the upper, lower, and side abdominals, while it supports.
At Eastern Time, it's our second Missouri Valley semifinal. Then it's off to the Sun Belt at 7:30. It's UNO in southwestern Louisiana, followed by Winston-Anderson in Arkansas, Little Rock against Jacksonville. Our score now, southwestern Missouri State taking on Bradley, 35-28. The Bears are on top by 7 back after this.
At 21.
The final game at the Kiel Center in St. Louis. And, Jimmy, my thoughts about the first half, two things. What a clean but yet hard-played game. Only 6 total fouls by both teams, but yet both teams played awfully good defense.
Yeah, they really did. In Southwest Missouri, though, they were able to establish an inside attack. I mean, 18 points in the first half in the paint for Southwest Missouri Bears is a very good start.
Well, I mentioned the fact that Bradley yesterday had been beaten on the boards. Now, they've come out rebounding today, but their second chance points are not that good.
Yeah, and their first chance points right here is not very good either. Watch Epps right here. I mean, that's a great shot blocker, timing up top, straight up, doesn't draw the contact. Guy's a really outstanding defensive player. Now, here's our guy, Mr. Funches. Watch him catch it about 16 feet away from the basket, and in one dribble, watch, you talk about an explosive move. Boom! He's going to get to within 7 feet, and it elevates. Very explosive player, Dwayne Funches. Now, important play, last play of the game, Ron. Bowie on the penetration, but now watch what happened. Both teams, they've hit tough shots. But watch when the ball gets up on the rim. Epps, he goes up. No, leaves his hand off of it. Smart play by Epps. Good penetration by Bowie.
35-28, Southwest Missouri. A little bit of a surprise. We mentioned, as you look at Funches, that these two teams split during the regular season, but Southwest Missouri, the only team to knock off Bradley at Bradley this year. The quick inside pass, Jackson may have gotten a piece of that, and Bowie couldn't score from right underneath.
I'll tell you what, if Southwest Missouri keeps getting that basketball in that paint area with ease like that, great chance of winning this game.
And look who's starting the second half. And Bio takes the first shot, not there, but then Funches muscles up to get the rebound. To give you a recap, if you missed the opening part of the ball game, the Bears opened up making the first 3 shots. It jumped out to a 7-2 lead. Southwest Missouri basketball. Robert Wilkerson scored 7 of the Bears' first 11 points, and then the man called Bayou came off the bench. Adebayo Akinkuna. And he got 6 points, in fact, more points than he had scored in his last 3 games together. Oates inside to Epps. No doubt about that one. Well, Jimmy, you're right, and that's exactly what they're seeking to do, is get it as deep in with that entry pass as they can.
Well, they're patient. They're reversing the basketball several times, and the inside guys, oh, my goodness.
Epps got the block on Funches, and he got it cleanly. Second block for Epps down here on the other end just a moment ago. And that 3-point attempt, defensively, they got a piece of that one. I believe Funches was the man. Funches inside, gets the shot of a rep, goes in, goes out, and then back down.
I'm still thinking about the block by Epps. I mean, he went up and met someone in midair. That is a power player.
Wilkerson deep in the corner, bounces it to Epps. Lyle knocked it away. I started to say he can dribble again. They caught him double dribble, but he had the ball knocked out of his hands, and I don't think Jim Molinari saw that. At the other end, Dobris in the fast break. 5 points for Zobris.
Bradley is selective when they run in transition. They get the numbers, they push it. Again, an experienced ball club. They do things like that.
Boy with the long shot. I'm going to get you to talk about his shot here in just a moment, because he kind of spins it with the elbow out when he shoots rather than underneath him, Jimmy.
Yeah, very awkward release. And again, he's playing for a guy that had an instructional video on how to shoot a basketball. That right elbow underneath. I mean, the 5 or 6 points of shooting Steve Alford understands. Bill, you need to check that video out.
Rob Wilkerson.
Just watch them work. I mean, they're patient. Those inside guys are selective when they go screen, how they go screen. They don't force the issue. Perimeter passing has been outstanding, just like that. That's just tough.
I think Bio got a piece of that one. Partially blocked inside. And Parker will push it back up. Inside as Funches. I don't know how he got the shot in that close and still got it up over the defender's hands.
You can't let him catch it that deep. You've got to get him off the block.
11 points for Funches. And he didn't score in the first 12 minutes of this ball game. Three-point ball game. And with the turnover right there, an opportunity for the Braves to cut into that. Klein will come back into the lineup, and Bio will go to the bench. And Steve Alford is up and demanding good defense from his, or good offense from his team this time. Defense, I should say.
You know, Steve Alford told me before the game, he said, we didn't really understand our roles with one another until January. I mean, a brand new staff, new players, everyone's getting to understand each other. Playing their best basketball of the season right now, though.
Mark of not only a good team, but a good coaching job. When a team does show that kind of improvement over the course of the year. Parker had it knocked away, and look at that. Scrambles on the floor, gets it back to Zobrist. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to hurry. Jackson on the baseline. Tipped by Funches, and Funches will tip it back out to Jackson. Oh, my goodness. What kind of work you get from him. And that's going to be a push on X.
You know, a lot of times, players like Funches, they're referred to as garbage men. Well, he's the kind of guy that will empty the trash and put the lid back on top for you.
And have cleaned the bucket along the way. We'll be right back.
At McDonald's, everybody's a team player. Let's meet the team. Team St. Fleur. This rookie holds his own with the pros, setting a new record for most completions in a single day. Veteran Mickey Bailey averages 300 smiles per hour and scores points for most handoffs without a fumble. And thanks to manager Rodney Winton's unique coaching style and proven training techniques, Team McDonald's is able to achieve their goal, to keep you coming back for more. Our team is proud to be the official break of the U.S. Olympic team.
Honey, look, it's her. That lady from the Sprint commercial's about 10 cents a minute.
Hi, how are you?
I just love your dime-a-minute rate.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Me too. It's good anywhere in the country. And now I hear you can call all the way to Canada for a dime.
Canada? Really?
Oh, look at that. Special on paper towels.
Going to Canada? That's bigger news than anything you'll find in there.
This? Oh, this isn't mine. Blech.
Call now to get 10 cents a minute across the U.S. and now even to Canada.
That Jerry Stackhouse always had a quick first step. Man, I remember when we used to take a step for Daddy.
my bag.
Step for Daddy.
Come on, Jack.
Oh, baby.
Come back, Jack.
Southwest Missouri, 37-34. They haven't scored in the last 3.5 minutes, Jimmy.
Well, and that's not good news. I mean, Bradley's a team that can really put the clamps on you defensively at times. When you hold opponents to about 40% shooting from the field, you understand man principles. Now, Jim Molinari's squad, very impressed with them. 21-6, but let me tell you what. They lose their opener at Kansas State, who's on the bubble right now, probably for the NCAA. They lose at Villanova by 7. And that Villanova's a team with Kerry Kittles. They're a Final 8 type team. They beat Georgia Tech. They lose by 3 at Penn State, one of the top 20 teams in the country. So these guys can play.
Understand one thing when you look at those numbers. Southwest Missouri, 58. About to go under 15 minutes to play in this opening semifinal game from the Kiel Center in St. Louis of the Missouri Valley Conference. A nice, quick step right there. Wilkerson can't get it, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Don't forget, coming up immediately, I say immediately after this, we'll go away for like 30 minutes and then be back here to the Kiel Center in our second semifinal game. Jimmy and I will have that one live for you as well. Illinois State against Tulsa.
A great matchup. I mean, this is an outstanding ball game, but that second one will be just as good.
Tulsa Ball Club that made the Sweet 16 2 years running, last couple of years. And they finished in 3rd place in regular season this year. Silver. Not a lot of arc on that shot, but boy, did he blister it. Zobers with 8. And this Bradley crowd is up and alive. They tied it.
Ron, you can't leave that guy. I mean, he's a pure stroker from the perimeter.
Three-pointer at the other end. Bender says, hey, I'm not the leading scorer in this ball club for nothing. He's got 7. We mentioned he was held to only 2 points yesterday in the quarterfinal game.
What I like about Bender, his recognition defensively. If he has a big guy on him, he'll go outside, a smaller defender inside. This guy, hotter than bacon grease.
Zobrist, 11 points. He's at the last 2, and it's 40 apiece. Southwest Missouri trying to hold on, a whistle and a hold away from the ball. That's going to be Jackson. Deion Jackson called for the foul. It's his first, and only the first team foul here in the second half. As we mentioned, what a good, hard, but yet cleanly played first half. Only 16 fouls, 3 apiece in the first 20 minutes. Fun to watch. It's really fun basketball when it's that way.
So Bradley only shot 2 free throws in the first half. Ron, they have shot 160 more free throw attempts than their opponents on the year. Southwest Missouri State understands keeping those guys off the line. They're doing small things, keeping them in the game.
17-footer after he regained the handle. Bender now with 9. He lost the handle on that thing, had to roll it down his thigh, and then hit it.
Yeah, but he understands how to score. I mean, a guy comes charging out at him, he ball fakes and goes around. He posts up smaller guys inside.
Number 10, Bettenhausen, guilty of the foul.
Jim Molinari's squad, they do so many things well. They defend. Very unselfish with the basketball. I mean, that's the sign of a good head coach. You average 15, 16 assists a game. It's not easy these days.
Bettenhausen committing his second foul. Only 3 team fouls in the second half against the Bears. Bettenhausen penetrates, then dishes. The book on him is opposing coaches and his own coaches say the same thing. He's a gamer. He likes the pressure situation. Only a freshman, but he has really matured as this year has gone on. Epps put it on the floor and he lost it. This is Burrell. Zobers. But on the long carom, Parker comes away with it. And Klein hits it. The first lead since 15-13 at the 11-10 mark. And the Braves with a huge contingent here, and there is a lot of red standing and cheering right now in the Kiel Center. About to go into 12 minutes in the semifinal game. That's an air ball put up by Bowie. Bettenhausen trying to check Zobrist. They get it inside. Bayou couldn't get the jam to go. He thought he was fouled. Epps has 4 blocks on the day. Even above his average.
What Bradley inside defensively right now, they've started out fronting the post. And those entry passes aren't getting in there with as much ease as they were first 25 minutes of this game.
Spins, not there. Bender gains away with it, and a new 35 seconds. About to go under 11 minutes in this opening semifinal game. strong off the glass. 2-on-2 on the break. Nice job of transition defense for the Bears. The Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year just hit his 7th point. Timeout. 10:51 left in our ball game, and it's Bradley coming from behind, 46-42. And as we go to break, one more look at the hoop by Parker.
Ron, there's two parts of transition defense. Number one is get back to the paint, but the second part is to recover the shooters on the perimeter. They had part A, but not part B. Look at Parker. I mean, you just can't let that guy get that easy of a look. Again, you got to sprint back to the paint, stop the dribble, but then you've got to recover the shooters quickly. Bears failed to do it.
Missouri Valley Conference. Bradley was down, in fact, down by as many as 11 points in the first half. And they have come alive here in this second half of play as we have 10:30 to play. 46-42 the Braves. Bayou stepped out and made contact with him. Second foul on Bayou, second team foul. We'll look at first half and second half.
Yeah, Southwest Missouri, they have failed to establish that inside attack. Second
Almost
20 minutes.
60% of the first half, and they have gone cold here in the second. We'll be right back.
5, and there was plenty of rejoicing, but Wisconsin Green Bay, a loser in the MCC tournament to Detroit, 56-50 the final. Now back to Ron Franklin and Jimmy Dykes in St. Louis.
Our situation, 46-42. Bradley has come from behind.
Well, just another area that I'm so impressed with Anthony Parker. Watch him attract the double team, and he knows I've got a shooter spotted up on the weak side of the floor. Mr. Klein gets set. The rotation, the release, and the result right there. And now here's something you look at from a coaching standpoint. Trends. Mr. Klein has hit 9 out of his last 17 coming into today's game. Got to get out and cover him.
Here's something else Steve Alford's club, I'm sure, talked about. They have missed their last 4 shots. They're shooting just 27.3% in this half. 3 of 11, and now make it 4 of 12 to move it up to 33%.
Well, what they do out of the timeout, they come out and run a play designed to get the ball going towards the rim, towards the paint, a high percentage look.
Bender now with 11 points in the ball game. Under 10 to play. I'm reminding you that about 30 minutes after this one is over, we'll come back here to St. Louis, and it's Illinois State and Tulsa. And an offensive foul is called on Jackson. It's his second.
You know, Ron, if you look across the country at teams right now that are in position to win their conference tournament or have won their regular season championship, Kansas, for instance, they get it done with depth. Right today, Bradley, 17 points off the bench. Southwest Missouri, only 5. Jamal Ray can reach down there and go 8 or 9 deep.
We mentioned Deion Jackson picking up the foul, his second. 3 team fouls in the second half. Bettenhausen left alone for a moment, and Wright got in his face. That jumper off the mark, and the tip won't go. There's Monty Marsh. He got it up, but a little bit short. Jackson drives the lane, and Marsh on him all the way. Let's see if he didn't pick up the foul.
Jackson's really a hard driver. I mean, he's not going to beat you with his perimeter shot. That's his game right there. A lot of hands involved. But again, somebody's got to slide over and take away that driving lane.
Well, they gave that foul to Wilkerson. He's third. So now he's got to be careful at the 9:03 mark left in this one. Bender comes into the lane, giving some instructions from the bench to his teammates and what they want them to set up and do in the rebound, and they did it well. Kuntz comes back with a rebound, number 15. Bradley 47-44. They trailed at halftime, 35-28. Ollivander counts the three, and Funches is called for a violation. And now they're going to wave off. They're going to wave off the hoop.
Boy, that's huge. And Bradley goes to a 1-3-1 zone. They force Southwest Missouri to jump up and knock down a shot. Watch 15 set the screen.
You know what? That shot should have counted. That shot should have counted. The whistle came after that shot had been released.
Sure did. Whoa. That was a very big play. Mark it down.
Jackson too hard off the back iron. Monty Marsh, number 44, he comes down with the rebound. Monty, a junior from Springfield, Missouri. And in fact, he played well in that game up at Bradley. Didn't score a lot of points, but he took 3 charges in that ball game that were very, very important. Coons gets loose inside. His first 2 of the afternoon.
Ron, those guards for Southwest Missouri, I mean, they execute that entry pass very, very well.
Jim Molinari all the way out on the floor talking to Jackson, and he wanted a little different response defensively from him.
I mean, look at the target hand shown right there. But watch the guard on the perimeter. He's just going to be patient, steps around the defender, and just zips it inside. Great finish by Kuntz, but again, those guards, great eye contact, and I mean, Alford is building the program. You talk about a recruiting class. Kevin All, a shooting guard out of Warsaw, Indiana. He's averaging 33 a game. He's already signed one of the top 2 leading candidates for Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana. Danny Moore, 6'11" transfer, sitting out from Miami of Ohio. And remember this, John Nelson backed up Big Country Bryant Reeves as a freshman at Oklahoma State. Sitting out this year from basketball, has already made a recruiting trip to Springfield, Missouri. And he may be wearing a Bear uniform next year.
Inside, Funches may have gotten away with a walk, but they were tiny steps, and he finger rolls it down. 49-46. Braves by 3. He's got 13, those Funches. Reverses it up on Klein, unlucky on the shot, and knocks out of bounds. It'll stay right where it is. And Epps is going to come back on the lineup, and it gives us an opportunity to tell you that Epps has 4 block shots. Well, we'll talk more about it in just a moment. Let's go to break. 49-46, the Braves. 6. Epps sitting down on the bench, and then the thought that we started just before we went to break. This, I mentioned, had been a record-setting year for him. He's got 4 block shots today. And if you can believe it, he has enjoyed 6 games this year in which he has blocked at least 4 shots in a ball game. And you know, Johnny is 6'8". It's not always how tall, but your leaping ability and always anticipation as well, Jim.
Yeah, and timing. I mean, he's got a really soft touch at blocking the basketball, too, which is very important. Great leg strength.
Ryan Bettenhausen drives it home. 8 points for him.
You got to get a hand in his shooting pocket. He brings it straight up. And if you don't have a hand there to discourage it, he can stroke it.
Jackson will go to the line, and Epps will give him an opportunity for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and that is from the line following the 2.
Watch Jackson again. Parker triggers the thing by how versatile he is. Jackson takes it up strong. Jackson, look at his hands, Ron. They're right there in receiving position. They weren't down. They weren't up. Right at his chest. Just small things like that allow somebody to get to the free throw stripe and complete the play. Where are your hands when the ball's coming at you?
So he completes the 3-point play, and it's 52-49. 12 points for Deion Jackson. We are under 7 minutes. 30 minutes after this one, we'll be back here live at St. Louis for the matchup between Illinois State and Tulsa in our second semifinal matchup for the Missouri Valley Conference. Colts inside. He's got 4. When you get it in that deep, there's no sense in committing a foul. He's going to get the 2.
Bradley has to stay with their defense of fronting the post